What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the episode number 7 now of the My Player Career Mode here on YouTube. And this is off the back of a very good episode 6 that we've just had. We finally hit some good goal scoring form. We've got a couple of goals as well in the league that we needed to. I think that's put us onto number 7 in terms of league goals now. And if you compare that to the fact that we've been injured for most of the season, I'll take that. I think we've hit 7 goals in about 15 league appearances for MK Dons. So in terms of a loan spell here at MK Dons, we haven't really been able to compete and do what I was hoping for, but I'll still take the 7 goals that we have managed, because given the circumstances that we had right at the start of the season, when we were getting 0-0 draws and not able to even find chances in the game, we've improved massively in terms of that. As you compare it to the fact that at the start of the season we didn't really do anything, compare it to now when we got a couple of goals on the board for ourselves, and we are looking, well, I'd say pretty, but at the same time, 7 goals in 15 games, is it really that good? I mean, yeah, like I said, given the circumstances at the start, it's better than what we had, but I would have hoped for more by this stage in League 1, especially when you consider the fact that we are going to be trying to go against Premier League defences next season, if we do, in fact, move back to Hull, and they are in the Premier League. So I would have said that 7 goals here on loan at MK Dons was good, and given the circumstances, I think that's very good. But the fact that we now go back to Hull coming soon in the next few episodes of this, as we are approaching the end of the season, it means that we may struggle in terms of goals in that one, because obviously at the moment we're playing against League 1 defences and League 1 goalkeepers, so we don't really have too much of a worry. Whenever we take a strike on goal, we know pretty much as long as we get out on target, there's a good chance of it ending in the back of the net. Whereas against Premier League goalkeepers, you have to really put your chances away in the corners, which is going to be interesting to see how we get on if we do in fact get to play in the Premier League soon. Playing against Swindon Town though here as the first game of this episode. Now they have Nelfin Delfonso up front, or Nathan Nelfin? Nelfin. What kind of a name is Nelfin? If someone's called Nelfin out there, I apologise, but I didn't mean to say Nelfin. I meant to say Nathan. Nathan Delfonso, obviously formerly of Aston Villa in the side for Swindon today, so it'd be interesting to see if he could bag a goal for himself. 7 minutes into the game now, Swindon would create their first chance of it and would have the first chance in the game as well out of the two sides. Very nicely worked by their attacker there, as he managed to get away from a sliding tackle. Had the strike on goal though, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. And now we have our chance in the game. 32 minutes into it, I managed to take a good run in the end, and I overran it a little bit, but it fell to Reeves in the area, who sent his strike wide of the post. So 33 minutes into the game, a good chance, and Reeves sent it wide as we get another chance for ourselves here. 45 minutes into it, a lot of luck involved in this one. Rebound comes to me, I nod it on to the man, and it's a great strike, but it comes back off of the post, and it should have been MK Dons 1, Swindon 0. But unfortunately, it did come back off the post, which is so agonising there, because it was a nice header won by me, flicked it on, and it should have been 1-0. And into the second half now, Swindon would have the first chance of the second half as their shot went wide of the post, and then we managed to create one more chance here. 67 minutes into this game, as I ran on a little bit of a run, had a strike at goal, but a great save from the Swindon goalkeeper, as we were playing at a 7.7 match rating at this point. We were playing absolutely out of our minds, but unfortunately didn't manage to find a goal just yet in this game. 69 minutes, we whipped across into the back post. The header was won by my teammate, but he sent his header wide of the post. We would find the first goal of the game though, 72 minutes into the game, as it's a really nice move yet again by us. Through ball gets played through, I called for it very early, managed to beat the defender to it, and I simply open up my body and finesse that one into the top corner. Lovely finish, I have to say. Wasn't expecting it to go that high into the net and end up in the top corner of the goal. I just sort of wanted to open up my body and make sure that the keeper couldn't sort of read which way I was going to go, because I sort of was thinking about hitting it back across him. In the end, I went for the outside of the foot and opened my body and went to shoot in the top corner, and it found its way into the net. A lovely through ball, though, I have to say. We outmuscled the defender to keep him on the wrong side of us, and then just simply finished it with a lot of ease. But I have to say, I was expecting this slightly to go wide. I don't know why I took it on as early as I did, but how about that? In off the top of the crossbar. This is the goal that I thought was in the last episode. If you watched the last episode, you would have known that I was going on about the fact that we'd hit a strike and then it had gone off the top of the crossbar or just underneath it and ended up in the back of the net. But it was actually this episode, and that moves on to now 8 goals in League 1 for I was about to say Swindon there, but we play for MK Dons. Remember the team that we play for, Danny? We're playing for MK Dons, and that moves on to 8 goals in this season so far. And that's the way this game would end. So a 1-0 victory here in the first game of today's episode cannot be sniffed at. And it's a really, really important 3 points, because if you're going to see the league table coming up in just a second, you will see we are still chasing, I say still chasing, we are chasing the top 2 positions in this League 1 table, because I wasn't expecting to be this high when I came back to MK Dons. Obviously we spent last episode injured, came back last episode, we noticed that MK Dons was sat in 4th place, we're now in 3rd, I do believe. And it's nice to see the fact that MK Dons has done so well without us. However, it means that now we've got a little bit of pressure on our hands in terms of scoring goals. If we don't score goals, there is a big chance we may get dropped out of the game and we may not be in the starting 11 for the sides. Because obviously, if there's better players doing the job on the benches and stuff, it means that in that way we're going to struggle. If we don't get a goal, we will struggle to get back in the side, as Agard and Maynard I didn't mean that to rhyme at all, Both of those guys are extremely good and could possibly come in and score goals and do a job for MK Dons. So I had to make sure that I was still in good form and still scoring goals to make sure that we kept our place in this MK Dons side. Unfortunately, though, if we did get injured, that would mean that we don't have to go back to Hull and not be able to play for MK Dons again. So I'm just really, really hoping we don't pick up an injury in this few episodes to come here. Because if we do, I'll be just so annoyed, and it'll just pee me off even more than I have been. We've been injured twice so far this season, and both of those injuries were quite long, stints out of injury. So I don't want to have another injury in this and then have to go back to Hull having only played like 15 games here at MK Dons, because I would be frustrated. That's the league table. For some reason they're showing at Oxford United. I don't really know why, to be honest. I'm not really bothered about Oxford United, in all honesty. We play in Fleetwood here, though, the side that we managed to beat first in this one. Because as you know, way back, the first side we beat was actually Fleetwood Town when we beat them by 2-0. So looking to do the same here and try and pick up another 3 points, as that was the side they would name. I don't really know any of their players in this one. I don't even know if the same players played in this one way back when we beat them at the start of the series. But all I know is we are in the starting 11 today, and I want to pick up from where I left off in that last game when we managed to get the winner at home, or I think we were at home. And we managed to get the winner in the last game, so I want to do the same thing here. I want to try and get ourselves another 3 points on the board and make sure we are really pushing those top 2 places in automatic promotion and not have to play the playoffs. Because if I have to stay here and play the playoffs, it'll be a bit of annoyance, because it means more games in this series in a team that really doesn't matter to me all that much. Although it does matter, because I suppose we're on loan here, but the outcome of MK Dons really doesn't matter to us, because once this season's done, we'll be going back to Hull, and it doesn't matter where they finish for us to be able to play Championship football next season, because we will be going there regardless anyways. Even if we make it to the Premier League, we'll be at Hull. So if they're in the Premier League, great. If they're in Championship, we're going to be in the Championship anyway with Hull, so it doesn't really matter. But I would like to not have to play in the playoffs, to make sure that way I won't have to play more games in this, and make sure that I'm sort of getting bored of the playoffs. I did play it already in my League's career mode, so obviously there's that, and I sort of don't want to have to do it again here if possible. So I'm hoping that we can get the top 2 automatic promotion spots, but that's just one of those things. I mean, given the circumstances right at the start of the season, with how poor we were, it'd be very surprising if we did get in those top 2 spots. But the first chance fell Fleetwood way in this game, 10 minutes into it, and the chance really was poor defending by my team, as they let the man in and have a strike on goal. Managed to give Fleetwood a throw in here as well, 23 minutes into it, which they do take very, very quickly. Throw it into their man, who turns down the left-hand side here. Very nicely turned, I have to say. Cross comes in, and it's defended weirdly there, as he tried to head it, but it sort of didn't head it the right way, I don't think, and it went out for a corner kick. Could have gone anywhere, that header. It could have even gone in the back of the net 25 minutes into it. So it was very, very weird to see my teammate do that, as they then, from the corner, whip the corner in, and it's a good header from the man, but it ends up over the bar. And in 25 minutes, it's Fleetwood dominating these early chances. But second half now, 75 minutes into this one, we will get our first chance and the first goal of the game. Down the left-hand side, my teammate went. I made the run into the middle for him. He crossed it back post. We managed to continue our run to the back post, get on the end of it, and nod our team of MK Dons 1-0 up in this one. 77 minutes. Very, very weird goal, I have to say, because I actually didn't mean to make this run until I realised what he was going to do. I sort of made the run in the middle of the pitch, and then I realised he was going to cross the ball, and then for some reason my mind told me to just keep running towards the back post, because I was sort of thinking that that's where he's going to put it, and in the end he did. So it was a great run by me, I have to say, to be able to get that goal on the ball. But what a ball it was from my teammate down the left-hand side to make it 1-0 to MK Dons and get my 9th league goal of the League One campaign. We're nowhere near the top, though. I think the top goal scorer is at Charlton at the moment, and he scored something like 27 goals in 38 games or something ridiculous like that, which is just crazy to see. Getting 27 goals in a single season is absolutely insane. We're on 9. Put that in perspective, he's got 3 times more goals than me, which is crazy. But we did pick up the 3 points there against Fleetwood. It was a very, very easy 1-0 win, I have to say. They didn't really cause us too much problems other than the 2 efforts that they had. One of them was pretty much a mistake where we tried to head the corner or the cross out, which gave them a free corner, which they nearly scored from. But in terms of that one, that was the only chance they really had. As you can see, manager very happy with us after our performance, playing at 7.6, got the goal that mattered, got us the 3 points, and we managed to take down Fleetwood for the 2nd time this series so far. So 2 out of 2 wins so far in this episode, and we're looking good and cruising at the moment, trying to get ourselves into those top 2 spots. The rest of the League One results are there if you are really interested. If you obviously support a team in League One, you might be interested about that one, but I'm not really too bothered. As I said, if we get the top 2 promotion, great. If we end up having to play a playoffs, then I don't really want to have to. But at the same time, I don't really mind what happens with MK Dons, although it would be good to get them promoted in this series. At the end of the season, regardless of what happens, we go back to our parent club. So to me, I wasn't too bothered as we took on Millwall here, looking to get a goal in this one as well to make it 3-3 for ourselves. We've got 2-2 so far, so we were trying to make it 3 goals in 3 games, and we're in some good goal scoring form at the moment, so I'm very happy to say that with the team as well behind me playing as well as they are in form, we're creating chances, and it means that I will have chances in these games to try and get myself yet another goal and take it to 10 for the season so far. As Bodwich started up front today. There you go, we're sat in third, 2 points behind Bolton with 5 games remaining. Charlton Athletic way out in front, can't be caught now, so it's pretty much going to be a 2-horse race for that second spot. Actually 3-horse, because the team who are sat in 4th as well are actually on the same points as us. So 3-horse race for the last automatic promotion spot, and we're part of that 3-horse race, as Millwall named this side that we were going up against here. But the good thing about this is as well, if we beat Millwall here and Bolton lose, we will go into that second place spot. So given the circumstances way back at the start of the season, with the 0-0 draws we were having and the poor results we were having and not able to score goals, to change it all around and manage to score some goals for ourselves and get some results out of this one was even better for me, as the first chance fell our way 10 minutes into this. Very, very lucky when I tried to feed my teammate through that it bounced off him. He took the strike on, but sent his effort wide of the post from the corner. Or into the 45th minute now, or 43rd minute now, we actually have a corner, whip the cross in. I tried to ask for it, didn't get it given, so I went for the short corner this time, asked for it short, given it short, and you're going to see in the space of about 5 in-game minutes or so, I end up whipping about 3 crosses in, and it's dangerous crosses each time as the ball comes back out, send it back down the line to myself again, whip the cross in yet again, this time it's cleared away by the man again, send it back down this left-hand side, you're going to see I asked for it yet again, we get it given. This one was the best cross out of the 3 though, as we sent it into a very dangerous area, asking questions of the defence, and I think it was Chukwuemeka met the ball in the penalty area, but could only head his effort wide of the post. I was so disappointed when that happened. I was thinking to myself, surely going to be 1-0 as 84 minutes into the game. We will create another chance for ourselves. It gets given to me in the area. Take the strike on, but it's a nice block. Get given ball back by Chukwuemeka. I asked for it a bit earlier, but he didn't actually feed the ball. Take the strike on, and an absolutely wonderful save by Archer in goal. Keeps the score at 0-0 and denies us that goal that we were looking for to make it 3-3 for ourselves. We didn't manage to do that though, and we drew the game by 0-0, meaning that we don't manage to take that second place spot, as Bolton did win their game, so it puts us a little bit further behind as well. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of the My Player Career Mode though. If you have, don't forget to drop a like. Apologies for my little bit of tongue twisting there. As always, thank you all so much for watching the episodes. It means a lot for your support that you show on my channel, and I'll see you all for the next episode of whatever it may be very soon. Bye.
Wimbledon 1, Port Vale 1. Bolton Wanderers 3, Coventry City 0.